4 days after I was diagnosed, my head was cut open and they were doing surgery on me. It happened very fast. Well, hello, my name is Brody, and today, well, specifically 10 years ago today, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor. The specific type of cancer is called meloblastoma, I believe, or something. I don't know. Anyways, if you want to learn more about that, links in the description. It's been a while since I made a video like this. I guess let's just get into it. I asked on my social media if anyone had any questions, and turns out not many people did. I got 5. So we're gonna answer 5 questions and see where that takes us. How has that experience changed your perspective on life? I know when I was going through chemo, I would see people on the street. Wow, that one guy walking, where's he going? He has a whole story in his life. And I'm just like, a lot of things happening in the world that, like, okay, Lord of the Rings starts off as hobbits, and then they become a group of people known as the Fellowship. The Fellowship splits up and becomes different storylines. So I'm thinking in my head, like, there's so many people running different storylines, and some of them are boring, whatever that means. But maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just more aware. Not everybody is a part of your story. That has nothing to do with cancer, but I don't know. So yeah, next question. What's your life expectancy, and has it changed throughout the years? I don't know. I was 17 when I had cancer. In my mind, I didn't think like, oh, I have cancer, I might die. For me, it's like, I'm a little sick right now. I'll get through it. I'll be back. BRB. And no doctor was ever like, Brody, you're level 3. Or you're stage 3. You're level 3 barbarian.
What is best in life? Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women.
My life expectancy, if I knew what it was before cancer, it's probably lower than what it used to be because I went through radiation and I went through chemotherapy. So I imagine it's shorter. But also, things like my hearing's bad now, and it's only getting worse. So, like, I'll need a hearing aid at some point. So that part in the expectancy levels has been pushed earlier. If you can send a message back in time to your younger self during the middle of your treatment, what would you tell them? It doesn't have to be about cancer things. Well, I mean, I would give information about, I don't know, anything that would make me rich, you know? Like some crypto thing or NFT that comes out. I'm like, put all your money into this. Easy. But if you're talking cancer-wise, I would tell myself to make more cancer videos during it all. Because I did make a lot of videos while I was going through it. They just weren't really cancer related. I made those videos afterwards, kind of like I am now. 10 years later. So there's that. But I might tell myself that going through this treatment is nowhere near the hardest thing you're gonna do or get through. I'm sure there's some people watching where it might be the hardest thing for them, and that's fine. For me, everything that could go well went well. And my metabolism just, like, I feel like flushed everything out of my body, and it was all good. So I would tell myself, this is easy. You'll get through this, no problem. Did that answer the question? I don't know. Next. Do you worry about cancer popping up anywhere else as you age? It's probably a very rare case when someone has had cancer and they don't think about if they're going to get it again. So every time I get a migraine, the thought pops in my head. And then there's the whole thing with when you Google something, you're like, uh-oh. But luckily, I only get migraines maybe like once or twice every 3 months. So yeah, it's a thing. Unfortunately, it's normal. And I'm an overthinker, so that's probably not great either. And I think this is the final question. Best and worst thing about the hospital. I think I went to 3 hospitals overall, but I spent the most time at the Children's Hospital. So I guess I'll talk about that. The best thing was the fact that it's a children's hospital. I was 17, so I snuck in there. Even though my birthday was 2 months away after being diagnosed, they still let me in. They are the most gentle. They work with babies. So just the staff at the Children's Hospital here in Vancouver, they're amazing. And worst thing, what would be the worst thing? Oh, the distance. It wasn't crazy far, but it wasn't easy to get to. It's just like downtown, and I'm a city or 2 or 3 away. Now, the children's hospital is amazing. Nothing bad. They even had a bed that fits me. If you don't know, I'm a tall guy. It's a children's hospital, and most children aren't 2 meters tall. So, they only had one bed in the whole hospital that fit me. They had to get that bed ready specifically for me, and they did every time. They're amazing. I thought this might be fun. I'm gonna watch my first cancer video and kind of react with you guys. A month after the diagnosis, I made this video. I was in the hospital because I had a brain tumor. It was like 5 centimeters big, and apparently it was growing for about 1.5 years. If anyone else here is watching who had cancer, am I alone in this where I kind of wanted to keep the tumor, you know, like in a little jar? Is that weird? Especially if it said it was 5 centimeters. I'll put that in perspective for you. That big? I don't actually believe that anymore. That's is that right? That's 2 inches? Huh? Did I say 5 centimeters? It was like 5 centimeters big, and apparently... That's insane! That's huge! This was in my head. Look at this. That's literally 2 inches. Is that really big? That's giant. Okay, anyways. So while I was in the hospital, I was missing school. I missed 2 weeks. I'm still catching up. I'm in film school, if you don't know. Yeah, okay, imagine this. You're going to school. You take 2 weeks off to get some brain surgery done, then you're back. The school was actually so good, they let me finish that semester, and I came back 1 year later to finish the second semester and continued on. And I work in film now. I found out my whole class in university signed a piece of paper for me telling me to get well. Right. And not gonna lie, the manliest of tears came down. Manly. They were manly tears. They were manly. Holy! If you saw these tears, they were manly. No, I have that paper here somewhere, probably in there somewhere. It was sweat. It wasn't tears. I was sweating out of my eyes. Ever since it was taken out, I've felt more optimistic about everything, except for the catheter. That ranks up there with Hitler. Yeah, that thing's the worst. Yeah, no, they didn't even prepare me for the catheter. I didn't think about it either in the time, because there was a lot to think about, or a lot to ignore. I mostly ignored stuff. I woke up with a catheter and I'm just like, what is this feeling? If you subscribe because of my luscious locks, yeah, you should probably unsubscribe right now. I will say I miss that my bangs look like that. They don't do that anymore, man. Is that a result of chemo or aging? That's something I'll never know either. Is my hairline going back after chemo or because of age? Maybe both. Probably age, but hey, I'm gonna use the cancer card when I can, you know? Eh? Freaking Walking Dead. Just play that part 3 times. 4, subscribe to Olin Rogers just because he's awesome. His videos are really cool. If you don't know who Olin is, he was my wish, my children's wish, make-a-wish thing. I got to go to Nashville. I made a video with him. Here's a snippet. Got you a muffin.
Thanks, but I'm good.
That's all you get. We still talk. He's extremely busy with stuff, but I mean, I saw him recently. He came to Vancouver. He did a show. Went with a friend. It was fun. Here's a picture of my stitches. Oh yeah. Yeah. Wait. Those are my stitches. I wonder if they were saying the scar was 5 centimeters. Unless they have to cut it that big to get 5 centimeters out. I don't know. It's still kind of sensitive back there. Comment below. I freaking love your comments. They're awesome. I freaking love your comments. And with that, I say take off, you hosers. I don't care.
Do you want to know how old is Canon Rebel T4i?
Sure. I'm so lonely.
On the website Canon